So hello everybody. So Francesca and myself, we are going to talk about the reading groups at links. So essentially the principle is that the speaker each week the speaker shares their readings or more generally their knowledge with the audience. So of course the system of rotating speakers. So everybody in the audience is meant to be a speaker someday. And there are three reading groups: network theory, which is coordinated by me, practical networks by Francesca, and tools, tips, and tricks by me. It's every Wednesday morning, and it runs in a round-robin fashion on a 3 weeks cycle. It's in a hybrid mode, which means that it's on-site here in the links premises, and it's also online. So what's the core difference between the reading groups and the seminar? Essentially, the philosophy of the seminar is that generally you present your own research works, whereas in the reading groups, you present, for example, an article that you have read or other piece of knowledge, like a chapter of a book or the latest Python package that you know, and so on.
Okay. So we have mailing lists, announcements for the reading group sessions are broadcast on the All Links mailing list, but you also have specific mailing lists you can subscribe to if you are interested in one of the three groups or in the three of them. And so you have the addresses here, and you can find them on the links website. You go on under activities, and you have a working group tab, and then perfect. And then you have a page for each of the reading groups. And so you select the one you're interested in, and you will get all the informations there. And what you will find there is the list of each and every talk that ever happened in the reading group, the practical details, and something which is really nice, video recordings for the talks that started more or less at the time of the COVID breakout. And as a relatively newcomer to the links, I might say that I really, really enjoyed those videos. And when I discovered about the links, I watched quite a bunch of them, and they are a very good resource that is there, and I really appreciated it. So I encourage you to go and browse the pages.
And most of the time, you will also find the slides and the code files when it's relevant. Quick presentation of the first reading group, which is network theory. So it's the oldest of the three. It started in 2017, so almost 100 sessions now. And essentially, it's about networks or theory or both or none of them, but more or less it revolves around network theory. I will show you quickly the website, network theory. So you have, yes, the list of the past session, blah blah blah, on some number of pages. What's interesting, so the practical detail, how you can register to the mailing list, my email if you want to propose to be a speaker, thank you in advance. And you have also a list of sessions regrouped by theme. So we covered algorithmics, analytic combinatorics, game theory, graph theory, information theory, linear algebra, machine learning, network architecture, optimization, probability theory, quantum computing, queuing theory, security and privacy, statistics, stochastic geometry. but it's not limited, and it's really open to what you want to talk about. The second one is tools, tips, and tricks. So it's used to be called the Python workshop, but in fact we widened the range of topics, including other programming language and other tools in general that are not directly scientific knowledge, like computer tools or others. So it started in 2019. Now there has been 66 sessions. And just to give you a rough idea of the kind of topics, so yeah, many things about Python for historical reasons. Python basics, design patterns, scientific packages, other packages, development environments, and production tools. But we also talked about things like LaTeX, Unix, Linux, JavaScript, C, SageMath, and also bibliographic tools like Obsidian and Zotero. Once again, it's not limitative, and we could talk about other themes.
So the practical networks reading group is the youngest one. So it has been going for 2 years now. And so we have a little less material in our website, but still you can find all the talks. And the idea of this reading group is to cover topics which are really have something to do with what happens when you try to build a network in real life, or you try to make it work. So it's really heterogeneous in topics. We have talked about wireless communications in general. We have 2 very, very, very good talks that I invite you to go and check out. About the basics of digital communications for wireless networks. We spoke about, of course, mobile networks, and not only how you make them work, but also emulators and platforms, and so very practical aspects. We spoke quite a bunch about machine learning and about how you can train models in a distributed way, so in some way across the network. Then we spoke about distributing content in the internet, and then about privacy, vehicular networks, about virtualization and networking. It was a very nice topic. How do you put containers in a network? About quantum topics, and about digital twins, which can be understood as a kind of very practical network, or a network for very practical purposes.
Okay, so now for the future of these activities. So it's not only related to the reading groups, but also to the seminar. So there has been discussions recently to split the seminar and the reading groups on 2 different days of the week, because for the moment it's Wednesday morning for the reading groups, and Wednesday afternoon for the seminar. And the goals of this idea that we want to assess, first, is to encourage researchers to come at Links physically twice a week instead of once. Also to act as a synchronization device for those who want to come twice a week, to say that there are 2 officially preferred days in the week. And also we saw in practice that on Wednesday, when there is the reading group in the morning and the seminar in the afternoon, in fact, it's a bit difficult to find a lot of time to work on collaborations between members of different institutions of the links. So we think that, of course, if it's shared between 2 days, okay, maybe we will have more time for that, and also simply for personal work, because it's a bit a lot on one day to have both activities. So the one question remains, which is which days it should be. For that, we will conduct a survey. So I've sent an email to Links all this morning. I don't know if you received it or not. So you will have the link to the survey. I really encourage you to answer today, and even now, discreetly during the next talk, because afterwards it's really likely that you will forget to do it.
Oh, yes. Yes. So we are always looking for speakers. Yes, this is the main, the most important ingredient. The reading group is living if people are playing the game, so they are preparing something to share with the rest of the community. Remember, it's not your work, it's the work of somebody else. So you are always reading something for your own research, and it's worth to think about sharing this new knowledge with the colleagues. And I would say this is really a good environment also for new ideas to come up, discussion to be started, and I find it extremely useful and fruitful. So I hope you will join the reading groups next year, and your PhD students as well.
I guess that's it.